What do you think is, like, the weirdest thing about celebrity? Like, the phenomenon, the cultural phenomenon of celebrity?
I think it's about empathy and sometimes, and envy. I think sometimes people will admire or envy certain celebrities whose lives might not be so perfect behind that veneer of celebrity.
Right, they like the idea of that perfection.
Mm-hmm. And they want to maybe live vicariously through them.
I think everybody can relate to that, for sure.
But you can be inspired by a celebrity, too. That's the thing about being famous.
Yeah.
Like, how productive is that?
Fashion icons.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done that. I've definitely done that.
Madonna.
Yeah.
That's, for me, it's Madonna.
For me, while Madonna was active in music, I'm just going to be honest, my...
oh, man. Sorry, Madonna. Sounds like you're about to be dissed.
No, I don't want to diss Madonna, actually. She just wasn't really in my orbit, so for me it was like Slayer and stuff. You know?
So you were
like metal bands.
You were way more into metal.
Yeah. I mean, I still transitioned, and my main metal band was after I transitioned, but I was like super closeted about it.
Yeah.
You know.
So what do you think made you feel like you couldn't come out? Like, what year was it, and why didn't you feel like you could come out?
Probably around 2011 or so. But by then, I had already transitioned 15 years previous to that. So it was pretty intense. The reason I think I did that was because of fear of assault. You know, because I've been assaulted severely before. So that fear was palpable. But then, as more and more people came out with their writings, their trans writings, especially around like 2013 or so, that's right when it finally felt like I had strength in numbers. I didn't feel that way before. Maybe it's because I wanted to know of other writers who had had the same or similar experiences. And I never had that before that. So we're talking like 16, maybe 17 years of just hiding.
Yeah. You know what's funny is, like, in our friendship, like, I feel like you are the first trans person that I actually know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, where I grew up in Mexico and in, like, the Midwestern suburbs, like, there was no such thing, really. At least that I saw. You know?
It's probably, it's not safe to be trans anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, would you consider, like, Mexico a very, like, machismo?
Yeah. I mean, Latin countries, I think, by default are.
In general, yeah. Where it's definitely not a matriarchy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anywhere is, really, but it's definitely stronger.
That'd be nice. Because I've always wanted to go to Mexico, especially Mexico City, because I'm an Aztec geek.
Yeah, we should go together sometime. I've always, like, dreamt about doing, like a Mexico writer trip. Like, I really feel like Mexico is...
Would you go to Mexico City?
Yeah, like Mexico City, and then maybe, like, chill on a beach in Oaxaca or something. Like,
I thought that.
Decompress and just write and chill.
I need to learn Spanish first. I mean, America is going to be a bilingual.
Mexico is just very strange. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it has to be Latin American Spanish that I learn. Because I think by maybe 2050, I think we could have a 50-50 balance between Hispanic and white. And I think I like that. Not I think I like that. I know I like that. Because I never had multiculturalism when I was growing up.
Yeah, I think
It
people
enriches
who
you.
don't like live in a different country are like very limited.
Yeah, I hear you.
They don't actually get what it's like from the outside. Like, I learned history from the Spanish perspective, and it was like, from that perspective, it was like America stole half our land.
Yeah.
And now they're like acting like it was theirs all along, and it totally wasn't. Like, they stole it, and they never paid us for it.
Right.
So now we're like, he was, bitch. Hey. Then we show up in Texas and fuck all your women.
Ah,
All of your women.
seriously, this whole this whole thing with the children is honestly driving me
It's
nuts.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's just
It's trigger inducing.
yeah. History will not be kind. It's bad, but it seems to get a pass. That's what's even more disturbing.
Yeah, that is disturbing.
You know, that it doesn't spark more like empathy from people. I mean, yeah,
I mean, I think to me what's interesting about
it's the humanity.
a Trump presidency is that it has its own unique flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And some people it's sitting like super well with. And that's what you have to remember when you think about how uncomfortable you feel. There's other people that feel safe now. And I think it's important for everybody to think about that. Like, why are people so scared in America? Why are we so scared? And we need to learn to love each other. But it's a long, hard road.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. I think it's hard because people are shallow. I mean, we just see what we see, you know?
And there is entitlement, which bothers
So people
me.
who feel like they're like, well, why should anybody else like feel this acceptance?
Yeah.
It's strange also because America was not like the first people who lived on the American continent were not Europeans. They were American Indians who now like, you know, basically only exist through Twilight movies to most young people. You know, Jacob is their idea of like Native American. And that's all they know. And I have no idea because it's been erased by white history writers. They erase it.
And I think that's awful.
Yeah. I mean, they're the real monster.
Absolutely.
This is so dramatic. Wow.
Yeah, right? We're down. But, like, yeah, your poetry thing is almost done, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Poetry thing, your poetry book. Do you have a working title yet?
For the what?
For the book of poems that you're finishing?
Yeah, it's Trash Panda.
Trash Panda, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Word. Panda love.
Yeah.
Y'all have it.
I really hope I can take it to Europe. I'm going to be so sad if I can't.
The Panda head?
Yeah.
I think you should be able to.
Yeah. I just feel like if I'm going to, like, actually walk around Paris with it, like, I should at least be able to stuff it into my backpack. Like, I don't want to be rolling around a suitcase.
Right.
So, I gotta see if it fits in there, and if it doesn't, then I can't take it. I mean, I could take it, but I could, like, take, like, hotel selfies. Like,
Yeah,
what's
right.
the fucking trudge around Europe carrying, like, a giant panda head? Like, I would look like a retard.
No,
No offense to retards. They're probably smarter than most people on the internet.
I think most people would appreciate it, especially in Paris.
I just think it would be fun, just, like, walking down the streets with a head on. Like, it was, like, cool, party time, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's what the panda kind of says, is, like, it's party time, like, chill out. You're taking things too seriously, which is nice. It's, like, in the mime tradition, sort of.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. I'm very inspired by French art.
Yeah. I'm very inspired by French decadent literature. That's
and
my
French
jam.
furniture. I love French furniture from like 1700s. It's like my perfect dream furniture. Like if I would design my like dream library, it would be all 17th century like glammed up velvet shit.
That's why I love Marie Antoinette the movie.
Right. It was so beautiful. So what are your opinions on like Sofia Coppola? Because she's like a weird, I don't know, like everybody kind of disagrees a lot about her.
I've only seen a couple of her movies. Marie Antoinette was one, and was Lost in Translation her first movie?
It was the first movie she won an Oscar for.
Okay.
She.
Those are the only two I've seen.
I think she wrote it.
Yeah. Virgin Suicides, is that hers?
Yeah, that was the first movie.
I haven't seen that.
It was good. It was pretty good. It was like really depressing, but like if you're okay with really depressing, it was good.
Well, I would probably find it easy.
No,
I'm no stranger to that.
I don't know. I think she's just cool, you know? I feel like people are like really tied up in how they want to receive information, how they want to experience life. I find that limits my life experience. I want to know what things feel like. That's why I like weird artists, because I know that they see the world through a strange lens. And I look at Roman Polanski or Woody Allen or Dario Argento movies. Like, they all have like a weird version of toxic masculinity that fascinates me. And I'm like, oh, I kind of get it now. Like, I get why you feel weird. You know, I get why, I get your struggle. And to me, that is what a good artist does, is they convey with their art what they feel, you know. It's the hardest thing to do. It's terrifying to be naked in front of people, especially when you know that they're judging you.
Yeah, really, really badly. Yeah, it's intense. Yes,
but I don't know. I think like Argento's a good director. Have you watched any of his movies?
My favorite one is probably Opera.
Yeah, I think that's like the most meta one.
Yeah, and Suspiria is obviously
that's one everybody talks about.
Yeah, Suspiria is definitely a close second, but Opera is definitely my favorite.
I feel like Suspiria is like his like showboat movie.
Yeah,
Suspiria is Dario Argento's like Showgirls.
Yes,
it's like, look at my cool lighting tricks.
Right.
Ooh, witchy atmosphere, weird chick interactions. You know, like it's like a preview of what he can do.
Well, what struck me is that it was at a dance school.
Yeah.
And I was a ballet dancer. I took ballet lessons.
Are you serious?
With my sister.
I wish I had taken ballet lessons.
Yep. My mom put me on ballet with...
How long did you do ballet?
About 2 years.
Wow. That's a while. From
yeah.
Like, what ages are we talking here?
We're talking... Oh, God, how long was this?
Were you, like, toddler age?
Oh, no, not that...
7, 8?
Not that young. I think...
Teens?
When was I in the hall? 78. Okay, so...
Had you entered puberty?
No, I hadn't.
Okay, so you're like, what, 10?
Not quite there. So that was 78, 79. I think it was like 8 to 10. So definitely before puberty.
Cool.
And my sister stuck at it like another 2 years, enough for me to like raid her closet.
Nice.
So I'd always have to like monitor the driveway to see if people were, my parents were like pulling in, getting back from
that sucks
ballet.
That you felt you had to hide like that. That makes me really sad.
Well, that was the time though.
Yeah.
That was the time, and a lot of people need to do
I
that now.
I feel like if I was like your girlfriend at the time, like I'd be like, just whatever, do whatever.
Well, I didn't have a girlfriend at all, like, at that point.
Well, that was your first mistake. First key to success, find girlfriend.
Well, I did have a girl crush, and she had a crush on me, but that was, like, at age 5. We were convinced that we were destined to be together.
I don't mean, like, romantically. I mean, like, one that will, like, watch out for you. Like, hey, girlfriend. Not like, hey, girlfriend.
Yeah, no. It's like someone to be like, oh, hey, I got your back, kind of shit. I'll be a lookout.
Yeah.
I'll look out for the driveway. I'll send a flare over when they drive in.
Like a sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
But my sister was off at ballet.
Well, fuck her.
She she didn't stick with it. She stuck with it like another 2 years after me, but it's too much work.
It really is. Like, I kind of wish I had done it, but it also seems like something that would just drive me insane.
Yeah, there's too much...
like, watching Black Swan, I was like, oh my god, like, that could have been me.
Yeah, it's just so much sadism.
Like, that's just terrifying. Like, I'd rather be, like, 10 pounds overweight and, like, having, like, a lame YouTube channel than, like, be some insane, like, megastar, you know? Like, it's not worth it.
Did you ever see, Starry Eyes, the movie?
Actually, I don't think so.
I think you'd dig that one. It's definitely about, it's got a Black Swan vibe to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know a movie I just watched?
What?
Basic Instinct.
Oh,
From
1990 or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
Like, I think I watched it. I did watch it once before. Like, there was stuff that was familiar, but I didn't remember a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot how amazing Sharon Stone's performance was. It was just so incredible.
Absolutely.
She was so good. Michael Douglas, too. He's just so good at being, like, sexy and creepy at the same time. Like, you know, he's, like, actually a good guy, but, like, he's just good at being that creep.
I agree. It's been so long since I've seen that, though.
It's fun. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's got, like, a really noir vibe, and it feels like a Hitchcock movie, but with hot sex.
Yes. Perfect. Wow. So, yeah, you've got N-Sex in,
Which I already have.
which you already have, so I don't have to leave it here.
Larissa, bless her heart, brought me a copy of Anne Sexton's poetry collection. She's like, here's my wedding gift. I'm like, I already have it.
Well, you don't have Tori Peters' book yet, though.
No.
And that's a gift for both of you, then.
Yeah.
Tori's the bomb. Tori Peters is the bomb. She's, like, such a huge influence on my writing, and maybe it's because she reminds me so much of, like, a lot of other queer authors, like Gary Indiana, and there's obviously a huge, like, Imogen Binney and Casey Platt influence, but
Nice.
Yeah, it's
really cool.
You could do worse.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's... And Jean Thornton's book, The Black Emerald, is, like, so in keeping with, like, magic realism that I'm really into.
That's really
So
cool.
that's a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
But she's trans as well, and she's, like, badass.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she's probably the best editor I've also ever worked with.
That's really cool.
So, that's awesome.
So tell the people, what are you doing here? Like, where are you?
What am I doing here? I am here to visit Lisa and Christoph in New England before they go off on their honeymoon, because when was that? Like 3 weekends ago that you got married in New York? Roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in June. And I am here to pay a visit because I needed to get out of the city. Any time away from Boston is happy for me. I just got back from Brooklyn, actually, for a week. I was there for a week, and Boston just bums me out. So I wanted to come and pay you a visit before your European honeymoon. So, and you're going to go to London and Paris, and that's it?
In Barcelona.
In Barcelona, that's right. I think you're going to really enjoy Barcelona.
Yeah, I'm glad we're spending actually a bulk of the time there.
That's good, because I think you're going to have a good time.
I found out I actually have a cousin who lives there, so I want to meet up with him.
Really?
Yeah.
How perfect is that?
It's so cool.
That is so cool. Yeah, Barcelona, I really want to visit, because that's, like, right on the Mediterranean.
I want to visit, like, the Dali Museum.
Dali Museum? Is that where he lives? In Barcelona?
Well, the town...
I'm just curious.
The town he grew up in was another one.
Oh, okay.
But there's, like, his house, and there's the Dali Museum, and then they're in 2 different places.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Catalonia. I don't know.
Wasn't Goya from Spain?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm not sure what part, but I know it's from Spain. So.
Yeah. I think I feel like a very weird, nervous energy about going to Europe. because I feel since I was in my early teens, I felt past life vibrations, and they've kind of messed with my head my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going back to places where I feel like things happened. So it's really strange for me.
Well, when you're there, you should definitely write about it.
Yeah.
Keep a notebook. Keep recording things.
Yeah. I mean, I can, like, write on my phone, so.
Yeah, you actually like to write on your phone. That's right.
Yeah. I tend to do it more by hand, but I can do it on my phone if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
Which would probably be more practical than carrying, like, a paper notebook around.
True, because
You
you're going to have
like,
your
potentially
phone
get lost.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably what would happen.
Yeah. Right?
I mean, I know myself.
Right? No, I mean, that's perfect.
I just can't lose my phone.
Yes.
Fortunately, I'm not Kardashian famous, so no heisters are like, "Ooh, I'm gonna rob Lisa. She's worth millions."
I do want to see that Kardashian episode if it's available.
Yeah, I mean, it was like really sad. It made me sad.
Well, I just want to see.
Have you watched any like episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Never.
Like at all? Like even when they were younger?
I never really had the connection until she hatched. So, and she's got her own show.
So
that
what
I
is it that
watched.
draws you in? Oh,
Sorry?
actually, I have not watched that. That would be so weird to watch.
I don't
We
think
should like watch it together.
I don't think it would be weird. I think it would be annoying.
We should watch like her show together.
Well, all I know is that it's on Amazon. That's all I know.
Okay, well, I've got Amazon. So.
Okay. But I want to see their reaction first. The Kardashians.
Right. Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. They felt like pretty shitty. Like
It's not like
understandably.
It's not like I'm like feeding off of that.
No,
I just
it's
want
like
to see their reaction.
uncomfortable. It's
though.
crazy. Like it's
Yeah.
like you're talking about your daughters like in this way. What the fuck is your problem? Like obviously.
Have they been in touch with her at all? Like before that book came out?
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, hang out. We don't see each other anymore," and like was trying to bribe Kendall with like a fucking horse farm and shit. Like, "Oh, buy us horses and stuff." Like, just acting really shallow and weird. Like trying to buy them off their love, and it just makes me think of like somebody who's like a sociopath that doesn't actually love the people they love. Like you never know when that moment is going to happen when you realize the person you have loved has no feelings at all. It's not anything against you, but it's just they just don't have that. And I see that with that situation. I hope I'm wrong, but it just seems unfair to Kris Jenner. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Kris Jenner myself. Like, I think it's creepy. I mean, I wrote a story. Like, if anybody's read it, I don't need to quote it. But, I mean, I'm kind of, like, describing a blowjob scene between her and Justin Bieber and saying she's a whore. But I actually have a lot of respect for Kris Jenner. I think she's an amazing businesswoman. I think she is a good mother. Like, watching the show throughout the years, I can see that. I can see how she is doing what she feels is best for her family. And she is actually protecting them on various levels, from legal to just as a mother, as a person who cares about you and loves you and whose like, your well-being is in her hands. And she knows that. And I just do not see evidence that Kris Jenner is a bad person. You know, I see a real person there. Even though the whole situation is kind of created by her. Because she created Keeping Up with the Kardashians, like, as a show.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't, their lives were not a TV show until she decided, like, okay, we're going to do this. And it worked really well because of the strange dynamics in the family and just the weird history and then OJ and all that. Like, that just made it more... Like, she was friends with Nicole Brown. Like, they went over to their house, I'm pretty sure, like, for barbecues. Like, they were casual friends.
Yeah.
And she considered Nicole a friend. And when she died, it was just devastating.
Of course.
And then, you know, last year, Kim Kardashian got attacked in Paris in her apartment at gunpoint.
What? I didn't know that.
And they did threaten her life. And she really did think she was going to die.
Uh-huh.
Just for, like, her ring and, like, whatever she had on her. Like, they had been planning it for, like, 2 years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's just so sick, you know? Like, whatever your opinion is of somebody who's a quote-unquote celebrity, that doesn't mean that they don't have a soul. Like, that doesn't mean they're not a real person. They are. And Kim Kardashian is actually a really nice person. I don't know her personally, so you can, like, laugh at me and be like, oh,
I'm not going to be laughing at you.
No, not you, but whoever's watching this, like, or listening or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she is. Like, I've seen it, and I know it.
That's why I write about celebrities so much. I wrote about that in the story for you.
And Marilyn was my gateway to celebrity obsession, Marilyn Monroe, because she was, like, such a sweetheart. Like, and everybody just fucked her trust. Like, just hardcore.
Before Madonna, was she, like, your first celebrity?
Marilyn?
Yeah.
No, Madonna was my first.
Okay, alright. Like, there's a huge, huge difference.
Then I transitioned to Marilyn. But Marilyn, because she was, like, she embodied tragedy as well as, like...
beauty.
Yeah, and she kind of was the thing, like, the thing I was feeling. But I feel like Madonna was an extremely positive role model for me when I was a little girl. Because I felt like...
like
she made me feel like sexuality wasn't, like, a shameful thing.
Yeah.
And, like, you can be cute and, like, have fun, and that doesn't mean you have to fuck every guy that wants to fuck you. Like, you are allowed to set your own boundaries, and I think, like, that's actually the first time I even heard that. Even, you know, how it was encoded in her own music with songs like Vogue or Justify My Love even. Like, I want sex on my own terms, and I want to feel good, and I have a right to feel good in this life. And it reset my whole worldview sexually.
I think, for me, that happened with, first Leader Kenny, because there are, like, 3 girls in a band, and then Liz Phair.
Nice, Liz Phair.
Yeah.
Liz Phair is cool.
Being, like, sex positive.
Yeah.
And assertive, so.
Yeah.
And, of course, there's 90s rock. I mean, it's so weird because cassettes used to be the only thing you could listen to. Yeah, it's weird. Now there's so many options.
Yeah.
It's like 20, 25 years later, so. Yeah. So what's inspired you lately? Creatively.
I think, like, animals and sexuality, taboo feelings.
Like any particular animals, or just animals in general?
The ones that people feel like they're like.
That connection with animals, especially.
Yeah.
Like natural instinct.
Yeah, I just feel like there's, like, a lot of hypocrisy with people. People feel like they are better than animals. And I think it's unfounded. I think everybody has a survival instinct, and they're willing to use it in whatever way they need to use it to survive. And then there's also, of course, that kind of drive to destroy everything. I think everybody lives with that, creation and destruction at the same time. It's what we are. We are making and unmaking ourselves every second. That's the adventure. It's just like a weird, fucked up trip.
That's very true.
Life is the discovering of yourself and others. And it, whatever it is. And you are it, so you know already. You are a creation. We all are. If you are alive, you are.
True. Yeah, you've got your own experience and your own thing going on, so. Yeah.
I feel like this has gotten way too deep for
it's
video.
Right. No, it's all good.
Let's do something super shallow right now.
People here can just observe us chilling. We're just having a normal conversation anyway.
Say something like transgressive that will piss somebody off.
That will piss somebody off?
Yeah.
Okay, no cops at Pride, Black Lives Matter, trans women are women, no question, fuck TERFs, punch Nazis, and let's have a matriarchy.
Okay. Where can people find you on social media?
Best bet is actually Twitter. I'm just Larissa Glasser. E stands for Elaine. Larissa Glasser on Twitter. Just find my regular name on Facebook. But we better have a connection. I better know you, unless you're
Oh, this is
unless you're a Kiwi Farms person or like trans. So.
Man, I drank all this liquor. Look at this shit. Yeah. Wait, I can't even try. I didn't drink it all alone. She drank some. Look at that.
I drank some.
Yeah, and I actually drank half before this, so this is like a totally inaccurate measurement.
Lisa, people are really gonna tune into this video. You know why?
Because we're talking about gin.
No, because
gourmet honey gin from Vermont.
Because
it's good.
My cleavage.
And pickles. Oh.
My cleavage are not pickles. They're melons. They're bad. So yeah, I'm on Instagram too. I'm on Instagram as well. And just don't email me. You'll be sorry.
This is what it's like to talk to writers, so.
Yeah, right?
Reevaluate your role models, please.
I know. Pay the writer.
And that too.